noise!
Some people will ask, what do they see behind me during the show? And so I'm at this camera now. So if you look back there, there's some record awards. And, the platinum one is for Prince Parade. And these are official record awards, not replicas. And you can tell that one's original because it has a cassette tape also. And then the other two, the big gold one is for my all-time favorite album, Mothership Connection, Parliament. And the single is for Tear the Roof Off the Sucker by Parliament off that same album. And then everything you see, the framed records and the pictures and all of that, they're all signed by the artists like The Time and the Ohio Players with Sugarfoot and Funkadelic with George Clinton. On the bottom, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Ronald Isley, Cameo, and over on the side where you can't see, there's Bernie Worrell and Gil Scott-Heron and the Isley Brothers and Graham Central Station. And if I switch to this camera, you can see over in that corner, there's George Clinton, Atomic Dog, pictures above that of me with Bootsy and George Clinton. And back there, there's some books, music books, and then on the wall over there is sports stuff. So I'm a lifelong Dallas Cowboys fan and also Pittsburgh Pirates, which has been a rough couple of decades. And but I'm also a Lakers fan. I was born in Los Angeles, lived most of my life there, and that's the one local team that I gravitated towards, and I've always been a Lakers fan.
All right, here we go on a handheld tour of what's in the Truth and Rhythm studio. Over here, there's a Bootsy poster from when he played locally in the Charlotte area in 2012. And next to that is Bootsy's The One Giveth, signed by Bootsy on the stripe there, which is a little bit faded, so might be a little hard to read, but hopefully you can see it there. It does say to Scott. Just next to that is Mothership Connection, my favorite album of all time. And it's signed by Michael Kidd Funkadelic Hampton, Gary Scheider, George Clinton, and I think that's it. The three of them. Yep. And then next to that is Let's Take It to the Stage. And that one is signed by Blackbird and George and Mike Hampton. That was from '92 at a show I saw them do at the Coach House in Southern California. Here we have Bootsy Stretching Out. And that is signed by Mudbone and Frank Waddy. Above that, it's Mirror, Graham Central Station, and that is signed by Larry Graham and also Butch from 1995 at the House of Blues in Southern California. Next to that is There's a Riot Going On, Sly Stone, signed by Larry Graham also. And then next to that, we have Donna Summer's A Love Trilogy, and that's from when my sister was working at Casablanca Records back in the 70s. And it's signed to Scott, Lots of Love, Donna Summer. And then if we move over across the way here, we have Platinum Record Award. These are all originals. And for Parade, Prince Platinum Award. Tear the Roof Off the Sucker, the 45 for Parliament, and the Mothership Connection album. And then below that is Cameo, publicity shot, 8x10, signed by Charlie Singleton and Greg Johnson. And next to that is Mr. Ronald Isley from 1990, when I interviewed him in his office in Hollywood, California. Then we have the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and that was actually when they had Dave Navarro on guitar in the mid-90s. Going all the way up here, Ohio Players Fire, signed by Sugarfoot. And I apologize for the glare. This is hard to do without getting glare. Here's The Time, their debut album, signed by all the original 7. And this I got while I was on set for them doing the Jerk Out video in 1990. And yeah, every one of them signed on there. We have Funkadelic's debut album, signed by George. And over here, we have Bootsy's second album, and another Bootsy signature right there. And below that, one of my favorite Isley albums, Showdown, signed by Ronald. And then below that is Gil Scott-Heron, signed on his leg there. Back in, I think it's 93 when that was done. And below that we have Graham Central Station again, signed by Larry. And below that, again, hard to see, but that's The Woo, All the Woo in the World, Bernie Worrell, signed by him. Let's see. There's Bernie's signature down at the bottom. And then if we go all the way across over here, there's a sports memorabilia stuff here. That's that I'm signed by Roger Staubach. And over here we have a picture backstage of me with George and a bystander. And then a picture of top with George in my house when I made him dinner back in 1989. And me with Bootsy from 1982. And down below we have the Atomic Dog poster, signed by George, which he gave me back in late 80s, early 90s. And then over here is Army of Darkness, one of the Evil Dead movies, the third one, actually, and signed by Bruce Campbell, who played Ash in all the movies. And there's some other stuff around here, but I think that's enough for now. Hope you enjoyed.